And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. The weekend is officially over. We're back to work or whatever it is you have to do this week. Right now, a cool 63 outside. I hope you've had a chance to open up your door and feel that. It is perfect. The bad news is it won't last for long. We're headed for a high of about 97 today. Now, the heat indexes will start fooling around and messing with us tomorrow. We'll get about 101 on that heat index tomorrow. But today, we'll be hot. Perfect weather right now. You can't beat it. Enjoy it while we've got it. If you've got something to do it outside now. It's cool. Should be that way till about 8:30 or so. As we get today going, we'd love to have your birthday later. We'll be doing that during the morning show that begins at 7 with all your local events. In a moment, we'll go over all the things that are shaping America. What's going on out there? We'll give you a rundown on that this morning. Right now, let's go to Collinsville, as we often do. Well, we do every day to start the week with a good word. Let's go to Collinsville First Baptist.
One thing on this earth that people highly value is gold. We put it on our fingers, around our necks, even in our teeth. But the gold that you have on your body, certainly not in the form we dug it out of the ground or panned for it in that stream. Of course, it's been reshaped into rings and necklaces and so on. But it's also been purified. You see, gold in its natural state is mixed with lots of other things, like less desirable metals and rock. Gold has to be separated from all of that so that the pure metal remains, and that's a process called refining. The most common way to do that throughout the ages is by fire. So the gold is melted, and in order to do that, it's got to reach a temperature of almost 2,000 degrees using a device called a crucible. Man, that's hot. But once that happens, the gold melts and falls to the bottom, and the impurities rise to the top, where they can be skimmed off and disposed of, leaving nothing but pure gold behind. But gold isn't the only thing that is refined. The Bible tells us that God also refines the human heart. The Bible says in Proverbs 17:3, the crucible is for silver and the furnace is for gold, and the Lord tests the hearts. So our hearts are a mixture of pure and impure, and God wants to get rid of all that impurity within us. And so He refines our hearts. How does He do it? Well, sometimes He does it by simply changing our hearts through teaching, but other times our hearts can only be purified by adding heat, so to speak. And so God takes us through some flames, some difficulties, refiner's fire. And in the end, all the bad stuff is burned away so that only the good stuff remains. Now, the refining fire of God isn't easy, but it's blessed. That's God's love and goodness to you. So may you trust Him as He works to give you a pure heart. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I see a lot of you were up and going, Billy, good morning there. Oh, let's see here. Corey joins us, Pat and Jim Coker, Philadelphia. Charlotte, how in the world are you? And you're right, where did the weekend go? It scooted by so fast, it was like a speeding car, wasn't it? Odie's arrived. He's ready for the day. This one, I hope, I truly, as I look at headlines across America this morning, I do hope that this is a clerical mistake and it's going to be fixed and this isn't the wave of the future. San Antonio, Texas is where we go, where a 91-year-old passed away. She'd been leasing an apartment that had a little over a year left on her 2-year lease. She passed away. Of course, they'll keep the deposit, but they have sued the family for breach of contract for the remainder of the year and billed her with $15,000. They're going to be able to rent it again. As I said, I do hope that that is a mistake and not something that is fixing to start happening in America. That's just wrong. If you're deceased, you're deceased. You can't pay for something you didn't use. And it's common decency, in my opinion. Y'all look out. The United States Post Office says in order to save money, if it isn't slow enough already, they're going to start slowing down in the rural route. If you live within 50 miles of a major post office, you may start getting your mail a little bit slower, which means they would cut back on the amount of times they deliver mail in an effort to save cost. Yeah. We see that this is one of those situations, we hear about it all the time, but I never understand it. As we go to North Carolina, a woman has been arrested for the murder of her mother. Horrible, horrible. Bowling Green, Kentucky is our next headline as we look at this. And we see it so many times to where an elderly person, well, they're vulnerable. They get broken into. They can't fight off people. An 18-year-old has been arrested in Kentucky this morning, Bowling Green area. Broke into the home of an 83-year-old man, shot and robbed him. And what they're going to do? That's just horrible. They are starting to do this. I'm not sure that this was not a campaign. What's the word I'm looking for here when people do something for a campaign to make it look good to the voters? You know where I'm going with that as we go to California. Newsom, where they had welcomed all these homeless folks for so long, and then all of a sudden they go, whoa, wait a minute, you can't camp on public beaches or parks. They've cleaned off the first encampment on a California state beach. They're liable to go back to it after the election. You know how this stuff goes. But if you haven't seen pictures of California lately in these areas, it's horrible. And they'd like to bring that to the rest of America, to your doorstep. We talked about Babe Ruth's jersey going up for auction. What was it, last week, the week before last? It has sold. $24.1 million is what that jersey brought. Now, that's some kind of money. And I understand that it's a piece of Americano history, but $24 million? The Babe would be proud. Wow. Funny thing is, I can't name a single baseball player that exists now. Things have changed. We see that, where do we go? Where's this story here as we, I can't seem to, I'll come back to that. One of those stories there. One dead, and as we go to Alaska, a landslide that happened. Have y'all heard about this? Landslide happened, one person died in it. So sorry to pass that along. These things happen from time to time. Landslides, serious. A Syrian man has been arrested. What did he do? A deadly attack on a German man. Islamic State has claimed that they did it. These things are all of that is not over the Middle East. Never let your guard down. Dr. Anthony Fauci, did I say his last name right? Or Fauci? How do you pronounce it? Fauci? He had to go into the hospital for a brief stay over the weekend over a West Nile. Yeah. I think he's out now. He's going to be okay. This was, 2 to 3 years ago, to where the government would put up a website. You could go in and put in your address, and they would send you free COVID test. Oh, I know it's not free. Don't get me wrong. You're being charged for it on your taxes, but they're going to be doing this again very soon to where you can get some more. They're claiming the outbreak is getting bigger. And of course it is. Election's around the corner. This is one of those guys I mentioned a moment ago about sports that I just really can't pronounce, and I can't pronounce his name. Los Angeles Dodgers is who he plays for. Ottenot during the ninth inning. Truly, I can't pronounce it, and I'm not making fun of him. I have no idea what his name is. His first name is maybe Shui Hanada. How'd that do?
I'll go for it.
Odie's going with it. He joins the 40-40 club as he hits another grand slam. I don't know how much tobacco was used in this record-breaking event, but congratulations to him. That used to be popular. Here's something. I don't care who you vote for, what you do. You can't do things like this. And a Tennessee man has been charged with making threats against Biden, Harris, and also Obama. To the jailhouse he will go. It doesn't matter what party it is. You can't do that. Don't forget, Thanksgiving will be right around the corner. And don't be arguing over all this stuff. Just not worth it. I saw this early yesterday, the headline of about a woman who was washed away at the Grand Canyon. Did y'all see that story? Well, unfortunately, her body has been found. It doesn't have a happy ending to this. We hate it. It's awful that something like that could happen. Let's see what else we've got here. Ice Cave. Odie does this stuff where you'll go on a cruise and you'll go adventure. This is Iceland where this happened. Beautiful country. They were touring caves, and there was a cave in. One tourist has been killed. Two are still missing in this. Awful, beautiful pictures from there. We do hope that they're found safe. We'll see how that turns out later today. Up next, we're going to check that forecast, find out just how much longer these cool mornings will last. It's right around the corner. We'll be doing that in just a second. Y'all stay with us. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
And welcome back. Let's get into your forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And I didn't hit the right button there, did I? Let's get into it now as we look at this. This is what our record highs and record lows were on this date as we go all the way back to 2023, 1 year ago. It was 104 today. Back in 56, we were still having a great day. 56 back then. As we look at those temperatures today, it will be anywhere from 97 to 98 is what we're expecting. Holding steady all the way northward through Philadelphia as you go through Macon and up to Columbus and Starkville. Over in Greenwood, a tiny bit higher. 99 is what we're expecting there, and dropping to about 95 there in Natchez. As we go east into Alabama today, we'll see somewhere between 95 to 96, depending upon how you look at this different forecast. As we'll see Tuscaloosa, Birmingham coming in at 94, and even 93 in Gadsden in the northern. Ooh, what's that I see down at Troy, Alabama, 91? Let's hope that stays. Now, here's the fire danger for today. This could go all week long. I urge each and every one of you not to burn. If you've got something to burn, pile it up and just wait. It is too dry. As our firefighters are still fighting that fire out on Highway 80 West. We had a brush fire this morning also out near the golf course there, Causeyville Road. As we look at this, it's still going to be increasing heat stress throughout the week. Tomorrow will be the first day we get it back in there with 101 expected for tomorrow. That's hot, and it'll remain through Friday is what we see there. Above averages, it could be worse as we look at the state of Mississippi. Again, we're going to be hitting those 97s here on the eastern side of the state, and that'll go across through Bama and Georgia and up through the Carolinas. The 7-day outlook, here we are. Again, 96 to 97 at least is what we're expecting today. We have no chances of rain, increasing to 98 tomorrow. The heat indexes start playing a factor all the way through the weekend. Look at Thursday. We're up to 97, and the best chance of rain, it looks to come on the weekend. We'll have a 40% chance of showers Saturday and Sunday, highs in the mid-90s. It's not going to drop much, is it? As you'll see here, tomorrow will be, as we'll start getting out of these 60s at night. I sure hate that. 69 in the morning, and then it's back to that 70-degree weather as we get hotter and hotter. It is still August, getting ready for September very soon. The outlook through September the 9th, look at that. We do see some 80-degree weather by the 3rd. Woo, we can't get that quick enough, can we? 87, 85 on the 4th and 5th, bringing with it those chances of rain. That's why it'll be a little bit cooler than is what we're expecting. As we go all the way to the 9th, it should be around 89 with still rain chances in there. So don't give up on that about being able to go out and burn. Give it a week. It'll be better. As we look at our best fishing times today, August the 26th, it looks like a major time is going on now. It starts about 7 o'clock this morning and will go to about 8:44. Matter of fact, right now is the perfect time. Begin at 6:44. You'll have another time this afternoon around 7, right at dark. You can fish till at least 9. They say it'll be great. The wind's going to be light northeast wind becoming northeast 5 to 10 this morning. You got to be out there. That's what's going to be happening with all of that. Here's good news. As we look at our chances of a hurricane, absolutely nothing happening over the next 7 days. Can't get any better than that, can it? That's what we're glad over. Let's go back and take a look at radar, just see what we've got going on across the nation as we pull this up. And it doesn't want to act right just yet. Now, here we go. As we pull up the radar, let me turn this off so we can look at some locations. We do see that we've got a bunch of fog around Atlanta. If you're going to be there for any reason this morning, be careful. They got an advisory out. As we look at Jacksonville, Florida, a lot of fog and a light showers there off the coast. We see more showers up, no, we don't. We see fog, Asheville, Kentucky, Knoxville, Tennessee, and our friends that watch all the time from Murfreesboro to Nashville, we got a fog advisory there as well this morning. Nothing big going on, but in the northern states, look at all of this, what we've got up here with these heat advisories in there. Topeka, Springfield, Missouri, Indianapolis, Indiana, all those places have something going on. Augusta, as we get up into Philadelphia, PA, and those areas there, we got some fog there also this morning. But nice down in the Southland today. Again, right now, breathe it in, enjoy, as it is 63 outside. Perfect, perfect. Jeff Lewis, good morning. Cheryl, I see that Joyce, Miss LaWanda is with us as well. We'll be back in roughly 5 to 6, 7 minutes from now, and we'll start the morning show. And there is so much that has gone on. We'll tell you about car chases, kidnappings. Oh, yeah. Then someone being drugged by a car. We'll give you all that details next. That begins at 7 here at the Scotty Ray Report with Scotty Ray and Odie. We'll see you then.